Good morning, guys. Today we are going to go over the IXL assignment, Z15, write linear functions, word problems. All right, let's just go ahead and get started. While working at the drugstore, Evelyn earns $9 per hour. Write an equation that shows the relationship between the time spent working X and the money earned Y. And here are the directions. Write your answer as an equation with Y first, followed by an equal sign. All right, the first thing that we need to do after reading the problem once is we need to read it a second time to identify the important information. All right, while working at the drugstore, Evelyn earns $9 per hour. Write an equation that shows the relationship between the time spent working, which is our X, and the money earned, which is our Y. And then the directions told us to write an equation with the Y first, followed by an equal sign. Okay, so let's start with that. So Y, which represents our money, is equal to something. Well, the total money she earns is going to be equal to how much money she makes per hour and how many hours she works. If we look at what I circled here, $9 per hour, one key thing, in case you guys didn't know this, is the word per represents multiplication. So we have $9 per, which is multiplication, and then hour. Well, the second thing I underlined was that our variable X represents the time. So that represents the hour she works. So $9 per hour, 9 times X. Y equals 9X. Now we're going to read that through a third time just so we can make sure that our equation is correct and we didn't miss anything. So Y, which represents the money earned, equals $9 per X hours. Yep, that seems to match everything. All right, let's type that into IXL and see if we're good to go. And be careful when you type it in because you don't want to accidentally put a plus sign instead of an equal sign or something like that because then it'll mark it wrong. So you gotta be careful. And we're good to go. All right, ooh, let's check this one out. A person can pay $8 for a membership to the Science Museum and then go to the museum for just $1 per visit. Write an equation that shows the relationship between the number of visits X and the total cost Y. All right, once again, we read it once to get the gist. Now let's read it a second time to identify our key information. So I see that she's going to pay $8 for a membership, and then she's going to go to the museum and pay $1 per visit. And then the number of visits is our variable X, and the total cost is our variable Y. Once again, the directions tell us to write an equation with our Y first, followed by an equal sign. So our total cost, which is Y, is equal to what? Well, I need to read this a little bit more carefully because this time I have two different numbers that I'm dealing with. I see here it's $8 for membership. So that is just a flat fee because it's just $8 period for membership. Okay. And then it's $1 per visit. Ooh, I see the word per again, which what does per mean? Multiplication. So we have $1 per, which is multiplication, and then visit. Oh yeah, visit is represented by our X. So 1 times X. And then if you're just paying $8 for a membership, well, when you pay a membership, that's just a one-time fee, which means we can add $8 to the end. All right, let's read this again so that way we can verify that I didn't miss anything and my equation makes sense. Y, which is our total cost, is equal to $1 per X visit plus an $8 membership fee. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, even though this equation is correct, do you know the proper and the better way to write this? Hopefully what you're thinking is to take away that 1, because remember, mathematicians are lazy, and if we don't have to write something, we don't want to. So I don't need to write 1x. I can simply just write the variable x, because by seeing a single x there, I know that there is one of them. The nice thing is IXL will accept either of these answers. And to prove that to you, I am going to type the first one in, even though the second one is the better way to write it. Y equals 1x plus 8. But if you forget that and you still put the 1, IXL will count it right, which is good. All right, let's jump up a level and we'll just do one more together, okay? All right, a puppy named Lucky started out at 2 pounds and gained 6 pounds every month. Write an equation that shows the relationship between age X and the weight Y. All right, that was our first read through to get the gist. Let's read it again and find that key information. All right, so it started out at 2 pounds. So if it's starting at 2 pounds, that kind of makes a trigger go off in my brain that, ooh, that's a constant, because that's the weight that the puppy started at. Ooh, that's a bad circle. And then the puppy gained 6 pounds every month. So that tells me that it's something that's changing, because that's my rate. 6 pounds every month, it is increasing at that rate. And it shows the relationship, so the age is X and the weight is Y. All right, let's try to write our equation. Well, once again, Y first followed by an equal sign. So our total, which is the puppy's weight, Y is equal to what? Well, if I think back through those things that I said as I was finding my key information, what my brain was thinking is that 2 pounds is what he starts out as. That's an initial amount. And then the 6 pounds every month, that's my rate. So if we think of our equation in slope-intercept form, our rate is our slope. That is our coefficient of our x. Another key thing is instead of using the word per, this time it used the word every, which is another key signal that for multiplication, because it's 6 pounds per or every month. So 6 pounds every, which means multiplication, month. Well, we said the age, which we're representing the age in months, is X. So it grows 6 pounds every X months. And then it started off as 2 pounds. So I need to add that 2 to the end because that was Lucky's initial and starting weight when he or she was born. All right, let's do our final double check because we don't want to get it wrong and our SMART score to plummet. That'd be sad. All right, Y, which is our weight, is equal to 6 pounds every X months plus a starting weight of 2. That seems good to me. Let's make sure we're right. Oops, see, I actually put a minus sign there. So after you guys type it, make sure you don't have any typos because that would really stink to get it wrong just because you typed it wrong, not because you did it wrong. All right, and we are good to go. All right, guys, I really hope that this video helped clear up some of your questions. If you have some more questions, as always, you can email me or come to my help sessions. All right, have a wonderful day, guys. See you next time. Bye.